always, and now legislating for the defense, the integral defense of the homeland, Major General Gloria Castillo, if you could take her correct, the shot in this space. Likewise, the Deputy Maria Gabriela Vega from La Guaira, President of the Commission, the Permanent Commission of Interior Politics, Maria Gabriela, who have worked jointly in this law. Likewise, the Deputy Aragüeña and the first Vice President of the Interior Politics Commission, Rosa León, the companion here present, always consequent, and the Deputy Member of the Interior Policy Commission, Carolina García Carreño, welcome. Likewise, the General of Division, Carlos Rodriguez Rabam, General, and Deputy of the People of the Commission of Interior Politics as well. The Deputy Jesus Perez of the Commission of Social Development, Jesus, and the Deputy Fernando Bastidas, also of the Commission of Economy, Finances, and Development, and the Deputy Juan Carlos Sierra of Second Vice President of the Commission of Development of the Communes. So, in a joint way, this National Assembly has approved today this important law that comes to institutionalize in a very solid way all of the organisms that have come up in the purpose of the development, waters down of the concept of the integral defense of the nation, a concept, a doctrine that is eminently Bolivarian, built and founded by our commander Hugo Chavez with its genius of a statistics person, of politic leader, an extraordinary commander military of our glorious army. The doctrine, the integral doctrine of defense that Venezuela has been built on the basis, as all Venezuela knows, on the basis of our thoughts, of our historical experience, enriched in over 500 years from the resistance of Guaycaipuro and our original people to the revolutionary insurgents of José Leonardo Chirino and many others, all the way to the popular war of independence against the Spanish Empire of 200 years ago, guided by the General and Liberator Simón Bolívar, and by the General and Liberator Antonio José de Sucre, and by the Libertarian General Rafael Urdaneta. Glory. I wanted to do this act of reception and signing of this law approved today, precisely when Tuesday, November 11th, in this room. It is a beautiful room, but it also very symbolic. It has a significance because it is the room, the sun of Peru, because we are the libertarians of the sun. Dr. Jorge Rodriguez, that was the name of Antonio José de Sucre when he went to the Cusco and received there the blessings and the thanks of the Aymara people and the Quechuas from El Cusco, and he was to the point where he was precisely all of what was the monument to the sun, which was venerated spiritually by the Inca nation. Some call it the Inca Empire. I don't believe that should be the name it's called, that nation, that empire. So it could be called the Great Inca Nation, that covered almost all of the south half of Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, and part of Chile and of Argentina. It was the great South American nation before the arrival of the empires, the European empires. Atahualpa was betrayed by his brother, who joined Francisco Pizarro and was murdered, the last governor of the great Inca nation, the great Atahualpa. And immediately Pizarro went to the monument. Dr. Jorge Rodriguez, you know that story very well. You have studied it very well. He went to the monument of spiritual veneration by the centuries and more centuries of our Aymaras and Quechua people, and he put his flag, the flag of Pizarro. And the day that Antonio Jose Sucre was victorious from Ayacucho, the indigenous people were able, after 300 years, to take out the standard of Pizarro and give it to the libertarian hands of our great Antonio Jose Sucre. That's why he was called by the people the great liberator of the peoples of the sun. Who was the liberator of the people of the sun? It was our grandparents, our parents, Antonio Jose Sucre. And this room here in the presidential palace of Miraflores that gives a homage to the sun of Peru, to the sun of South America, and the libertarians of the sun. That is why we can be called, Dr. Jorge Rodriguez, as the sons of the libertarians of the peoples of the sun, the children of the libertarians of the sun. That's what we are. We are the men and women that are the libertarians of the sun. So this doctrine has everything. Major General Castillo, it also has, as you very well know, the experience, the magnificent and victorious experience of our General of the Sovereign People, Ezequiel Zamora, who makes our republic be a follower of Zamora, and our military doctrine he was the first one to develop the war of all of the people against the oligarchies, and he defeated them. Then the treason was imposed again, and a killer bullet ended the steps of the Zamora revolution and the popular armies of Zamora, and to take the political power in Caracas. Everything else is history. So this law, our people should know, those who are watching. To you I send a very good night. Today, Tuesday, November 11th, our people should know that this law, it has precisely the doctrine, the historical doctrine, the military doctrine of defense, of integral defense of the nation, and the Bolivarian doctrine, including Zamora, and this law that it institutionalizes powerfully the co-responsibility for the defense of the nation. A powerful article, a powerful mandate of the Constitution of 1999, of the Constitutional of 1999. Today, that doctrine of co-responsibility of all of the society, of all of the nation, to the defense, the integral defense of our country, of the right to peace of our country, of the right to the existence of our republic. That doctrine turns into action and fusion. I have called it, we have called it, and it has been called the fusion, the military, popular, and political fusion. Here it is, perfectly recovered 22 articles, Dr. Jorge Rodriguez, 22 articles. It is a law, a synthesis of a process. It is a law that it came on the day that it was supposed to, because precisely today, Tuesday 11th of November, and tomorrow, Wednesday 12th of November of this year 2025, with these very fresh winds of Christmas, I have activated as Commander-in-Chief from the 4 hours of this early day a superior phase of the exercise, a popular military and political exercise of deployment of force Independence 200 that has been called by all of the military leaders and officials, by our people, by the militias, as an exercise of superior phase that was needed to tune the capacities of mobilization in real time, of deployment of forces, of the deployment of forces, that concept that has been socialized but in the practice it is the deployment and the unmasking of our forces, and the deployment of the systems and the techniques of guns that we have throughout the country, protecting our homeland in a way that is very complete from the point of view, the military point of view. So this exercise is a superior phase, is in the middle of its development, and we have a video. Truly, I would like to watch the video, a synthesis with some pictures we have been having. There's images that have been living through the social networks and the media from 4 in the morning. All of the military force of the country had been mobilized with that moral, that optimism, that bravery that we inherited from the founding fathers. There is Bolivar in the heights of Junin. There prepared for the victory, Bolivar always. And if Bolivar is prepared for the victory, we are prepared for the victory as well. Here, Sucre, Toñito from Cumaná, the great Mariscal of Ayacucho, the libertarian of Peru, and the founder and president of Bolivia 200 years ago. That boy from Cumaná was the great libertarian and was the president of Bolivia, the recently birthed country. And with Bolivar and Sucre, we are going always with the force of the libertarians and the great libertarian women of our Americas in this powerful fusion that is popular, military and popular, that is doing a great history to win the peace, the life, and the right to the happiness that all of our people has. We're going to watch a minute and 20 seconds of a video. You shouldn't miss it, and then we're going to share it in social media, so go ahead, the video.